99 Studios. This is Good Day Philadelphia Weekend.
Hey, good day, everyone. It is Sunday, May 5th, so a lot of celebrations happening today. We know it's Cinco de Mayo. As we just told you, it's National Hoagie Day, so make sure you go on social media and let us know where the best spots are around the tri-state area. And, of course, here locally, it is the Broad Street Run here at home, and it wouldn't be the run without the rain. It sort of seems like tradition at this point for thousands of runners to get wet and rained on. The 10-mile Blue Cross Broad Street Run goes down Broad Street from North Philadelphia to the Navy Yard, and despite the rain, crowds of spectators usually line the street to cheer on those runners. The run begins at the starting line at 8 a.m. So there's a look at the starting line of the run. Let's take a look at our area outside. It's dreary, it's overcast, it's wet, it's nasty. Jeff Robbins, you're going to get a lot of time today to make people mad and talk about how ugly the weather is.
Yeah, we're talking rain. We've been talking about it since yesterday.
Yeah.
But the good thing is the rain isn't as heavy as the models have projected earlier, but it doesn't mean we can't get pockets of heavier rain coming on in. But you can see tip of Cape May County is actually drying out, Kent County as well, but that rain is coming back as we're looking through the entire area, just coated with rain. Flash flood watch in effect, and this is until 4 o'clock today for most of the area, mainly around the I-95 corridor, except for eastern New Jersey. So as we look at the visibilities, we're down to 1.5 miles in Wilmington thanks to the fog, 3 in Lancaster as well as Pottstown, 4 in Millville and Trenton. Temperatures, they're pretty much going to be where they're at today throughout the entire morning and maybe a couple degrees warmer. So we're looking at temps that are in the upper 50s to lower 60s. So for the Broad Street Run, 59 degrees to 58 degrees, showers and a wind out of the northeast at about 10 miles per hour. So for today, looking for a high of 60 degrees. We actually hit the high after midnight tonight of about 63. So rain can be heavy at times, cloudy and cool. I'll have more in my forecast coming up in a little bit. Lauren?
All right, it's Sunday, but there's no time for sleeping in today. Thousands of runners preparing for the 40th annual Broad Street Run. The starting gun expected to fire in less than an hour. So here's a look at the race route. The race starts at Broad Street and Somerville Avenue. It ends inside the Philadelphia Navy Yard in South Philadelphia. That's 10 long miles. Sabina Kuriakos live at that starting line where the gun will go off in about an hour. Hi, Sabina.
So we're going to hang out.
Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, you guys have fun and try to stay dry out there. The other big story today, the 76ers already up 2-1 against the Toronto Raptors. Now the team looking for another big win today at the Wells Fargo Center. Make no doubt about it, though. The Raptors are a really good team from top to bottom. The critics raved about how complete they were all season long. So how did the Sixers make it look so easy in Game 3? One reason, the return of big man Joel Embiid. If Joel's on the floor, his defense speaks for itself. But this is the playoffs, and superstars must make every play a big one. After Embiid only scored 28 points in Games 1 and 2 combined, JoJo followed it up with a monster 33-point performance in Game 3. If he can repeat that type of scoring in Game 4, this series is a wrap. However, if the Sixers don't lock down their home court advantage tonight, the series will be even. Head coach Brett Brown on his keys to victory.
Who's guarding who? What's the rotation look like? And then third, the schemes. Then somewhere in the middle, like you stamp off on what you think could happen and try to forecast so that you're not caught off guard.
Well, later in sports, Ben Simmons explains what he's planning for today as it relates to guarding Kawhi Leonard. Don't forget, tip-off 3:30 at the Wells Fargo Center. And in the next hour of Good Day, our lucky charm is back. We have the singing Sixers lady live in our studio to hopefully sing us to victory.
Maximum security wins the Kentucky Derby.
Controversy at the Kentucky Derby for the first time in the history of the race. The horse who crossed the finish line first was disqualified for interference and stripped of his title. In a first time in 145 Kentucky Derby races, one horse, Country House, won after another, Maximum Security, was disqualified for interference. That decision sent fans into a frenzy with so much money on the line. The call coming in front of a stunned crowd of 150,000. Country Horse was a 65-1 improbable victor. It was not a popular decision, but definitely a brave one. All right, back here at home, we're following a shocking story out of North Philadelphia where police say a man was murdered and found inside a burning car. It happened around 3 a.m. near West Cumberland and 5th Street. When police arrived, the car was on fire. They later discovered the man inside had been shot in the back of the head.
So it appears the victim was driving eastbound on Cumberland, probably from Reese or 6th, came down Cumberland eastbound, and for unknown reasons at this point, he was shot, continued eastbound on Cumberland, and around between Lawrence and Leaf Cow on Cumberland, his car jumped the curve and crashed into a fence.
No one else was inside that car so far. No arrests have been made. Philadelphia police investigating another shooting, this one in Nicetown. Police say 2 women were shot overnight while inside a car on the 4800 block of North 16th Street. Inside, a 21-year-old shot in the back and neck multiple times. She's in critical condition. A 20-year-old woman was shot in the back as well. She is expected to be okay. Now to East Falls, where police say another person was shot inside a car. We're told the 38-year-old victim was shot in the abdomen around midnight. He then drove to a gas station on the 4200 block of Ridge Street. Employees were able to call 911. He's expected to be okay. Police say the victim was shot through the passenger side of that car. Now to a developing story out of Delaware where police are on the lookout for a man wanted for a sexual assault. It happened overnight Friday in Newark to a woman walking alone after she accepted a ride from a complete stranger. Our Joanne Hoagie has those details. Caught in the act, a guy police say is posing as a Philadelphia Water Department worker, and he wasn't there to read the meter. Once inside, police say he then attacked a woman who opened the door for him. Bruce Gordon reports from Grays Ferry with a warning. If you're just waking up on this Sunday morning, it's May 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo. Yes, it's National Hoagie Day, and it's the Broad Street Run. It's race day in less than half an hour. Thousands of runners will fill the streets of Philadelphia for the 40th Blue Cross Broad Street Run. Rain or shine, and the rain's coming down. The runners are ready, and so is Sabina Kuriakos, who is there at the starting line. I hear you're with a special friend of ours.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm
Chris
just so glad
Fox.
we met up. All right, so good luck.
Thank you.
Lauren,
I'm
back
cheering
to you.
for him. I'm
Thanks,
cheering
Chris.
for him. Chris Fox. I'm on Team Fox. Do well. Okay, Jeff, everybody has on ponchos, everybody has on raincoats, but you know what I noticed? A lot of people dancing, and I'm wondering like what people are listening to as they prepare to run. You want me to tell you what my song would be today?
Go ahead.
Cardi B and Bruno Mars. A YouTube star considered to be the Elvis of 14 and 15-year-old girls today is sentenced to 10 years behind bars. This after asking underage fans to send him sexually explicit videos of themselves. Fox's Larry Yellen has the story every parent should hear. Is that it? I'm like, is that the song with Cardi B? Yeah, that's the song. And that's Doylestown. Good morning to you. Also, Jeff Cole is rocking out at the gym right now. He's watching our show from the gym. He says he's got Rick James playing in his ear. So I don't know what people's Wake Me Up sort of jam out song is, but I'm wondering what some of those Broad Street runners are listening to. Hey, check this out. An 8th grader on a mission to keep babies safe. 14-year-old Christopher Liu invented the smart baby car seat, which alerts parents if they've left their child in a car. The car seat fitted with sensors and a Bluetooth device, and it's linked to the parent's phone via an app. Once the baby is strapped in, the car seat starts tracking the parent's distance. If they get more than 20 yards away, the app will alert them the child has been left in that car. Christopher says he started working on the app after hearing way too many stories about babies dying in hot cars. The 5th of May, and that means it's Cinco de Mayo, and a staple for today, guacamole. And today, it's mom versus mom in a guac-off. Jen Fred has the special edition of Monologue.
Hey.
That's up for debate. I think sometimes you keep the best friend and then you get rid of the spouse because, you know, sometimes things just don't work out. You know
Could marry your best friend. Could get a little weird though, huh?
It could though. They say you should marry your best friend, but who knows? Neither one of us are
So
relationship
we should get
experts.
married then. We're best friends now.
We are best friends. We're celebrating a lot today. It's Cinco de Mayo, the Broad Street Run in the rain, of course. And today's also National Hoagie Day. So for those of you who don't know, the hoagie sandwich is usually made on a long Italian roll or on French bread. It's filled with a variety of meats, cheeses, vegetables, seasoning, sauces. Typical hoagie has lettuce, tomato, pickles, onions, oregano, oil, vinegar, peppers, meat, and cheese on a roll, making it different than a sub or a grinder, which can both be made hot. If you're a reward member of Wawa, today you can get $2 off any shorty hoagie, and at Primo Hoagies, you can get a Primo size hoagie for $5.99. So I posted this, I have to ask the question, National Hoagie Day, where do you go? What do you order? What really sets the hoagies apart? And then, of course, people are sounding off because everybody has their place and their thing. I was asking people what really makes it. It's the bread, right?
Yeah, I was in the meat. I actually voted meat on yours.
You did. See,
Yeah.
some people did write that. They said it was the meat. And yesterday, when we were upstairs talking about National Hoagie Day, I said there's nothing worse than wet deli meat. And everyone says, you're going to the wrong places if your deli meat is wet.
Yeah,
Have you never had that?
I'm thinking straight cheesesteak at this point, and I'm thinking the CSTFO, which is a cheesesteak with fried onions.
Okay, let's see what people are saying, though. We're not going to see what they're saying? Okay. We can't have a Sixers game without our good luck charm. Our Sixer singer joins us live to serenade us to another sizzling victory ahead of today's game. So we're going to hear from her. But first, Jeff's going to tell us about, there she is. She's going to be in our studio. I can't wait to hear her live in action. Jeff, this weather.